All right. So, guess what time it is? Market report time. And I wanted to share October's market report with you. Now, I'm going to go through some numbers. I'm going to look over, and because I have a few notes, I can't remember all these numbers. But I also want to give you my opinion about what I think about the market. So, total sales 6,658 homes in October 2024. And that's a 44.4% increase from the previous year. Now, the sales, you can read my newsletter if you want, sign up for it. I can share all of those numbers in detail. But the average sales price, 1.135 in the 416. No, that's the average sales price. In the 416, 1.165,660. And in the 905, 1077093. Detached homes. Now there were increases in most of all these areas. And when I say that, I'm going to break it down a little bit more. Now, detached, there was a bit of increase in the price and the amount of sales we've had. Semi-detached, same thing. Increase in those areas. The townhouses, there was an increase, and so was the condos. But what you have to understand is, like last month, now most of these are compared to the previous year over year, but last month, for example, in September, the townhouse, the amount of sales in the townhouse was down 4%, but this month it's just 2%, which means those numbers have gotten better, even though they may not appear to. Now, last month, the condos were minus 3.6% of sales. So, but now it's at 2%. So, there is an increased amount, but you're still seeing a little bit of a sluggish market in those areas. Now, with new listings, they got 15,328 new listings in October, and that's an increase of 4.3%. Now, if you're asking for detached homes, we had 3,189 detached homes sold. Average price 1.462838. 416 1778 855. In the 905 1347 747. Semi-detached 612 units sold. The average price 1.108376. In the 416 1315 547. And in the 905 952,256. Now, townhouses 1,123 units sold. Average price $920,201. 416 is $1,032,957, and in the 905 $892,106. Like I mentioned, there were new listings that came on the market were 4.3%, but you see there were quite a few more listings that came off the market because they finally sold. Me particularly, I was finding homes that were sitting on the market in the previous while. They were probably on the market for a longer time than usual. Those homes, as soon as the last interest rate announcement was announced, those homes declined. Those homes dropped, sold, sorry, not declined, but sold and came off the market. Average days on the market, 27 days. Those are property. Those are just days on the market. And last month it was at 30. But average property days on the market, which is a total, is 43. And that's also up year over year. So that part hasn't dropped. We're still seeing a little bit of time before the market, the homes are actually getting purchased. Now, every time we see a little bit of a change in interest rate, the market changes. And I don't know if it's going to happen again in December. There's no telling, right? There's no telling what sort of interest it's going to peak, or if people are going to get FOMO and come out and want to buy. Now, I have the one thing I will say, the next interest rate announcement will be interesting to see where this goes. With regard to the condo sales, now, like I mentioned earlier, condo sales, they sold a total of 1,722 condo units. Average sale price for condos 694,038, 694,038. 416 prices are still 721,366, 905, 637, 332. Now, the Toronto condos are down slightly by 4.3%. And it still is very attractive and affordable, if you ask me. I know I've said this before, I have clients who sometimes get dissuaded by buying a condo because someone's told them, why do you want to buy a condo? You should buy a house because condos have maintenance fees. I think what people fail to understand is you have to maintain a house. And if you think a house comes with no maintenance, that's where you actually have it all wrong. Now, when we start to look at what's some major issues that I'm seeing, obviously there's an influx of inventory on the condo market. And, we run into problems when we start to see investors superseding home buyers. And up until this point, investors have been front and center. And while some of you may think, yes, the world needs to run on investors, we need to have investors, but also need to have home buyers. And I'm not saying giving it away at a steal of a deal, but what you have to understand is when the price is the price, and when when the price is going up just because of investor demand, where typically they wouldn't even buy some of these units if they were planning to live in it, but they would buy it if they were hoping, because they're hoping to make tons of money. And so at the tail end of it, whatever you invest in, whether you're an investor or you're a home buyer, that property needs to make sense. The number needs to make sense. If you're not moving in to live in it, then you need to cash flow it. Because if you're running a business and there's no pot of gold at the end, what business are you running? Like, why are you buying this unit? But you see, everyone gets into this FOMO where they feel like they're going to miss out. And gone are the days where people are buying real estate and holding, because that's really the essence of real estate, if you ask me. It's to buy and hold. But people are looking to toss them even before they get started, because some people don't even qualify for these mortgages. And when the rates are climbing at such an unexpected rate, and it hasn't declined, then people have difficulty closing on those properties. So as we speak, as months go on, this condo market will continue the way it is. Now, do you have the pick? Yes, absolutely. You can literally pick the best unit for a great price right now. And so why wouldn't you consider a condo? If you're a young professional, if you're not used to, a home comes with a lot, right? Cutting grass. The amount of time we spend doing work around a house, whether it's cleaning the house, trying to maintain it, doing the lawn work, gardening, watching the backyard, dealing with all of the stuff that comes with it. There's a whole bunch of things that need to happen. When you're in a condo, windows, outside walls are dealt with, roof is dealt with. When you're in a house, it's added expenses. If the roof is no good, you have to fix it. If the windows are no good, you're going to have to pay for it. So, do the math, figure out what really works for you. If you're not looking to do gardening or spend any time cutting your grass, making your lawn look good, then why are you buying a house? I've seen so many houses these days where people absolutely do not look after their house, and they should not be in that house because they are not putting any energy or work, and the curb appeal just is terrible. So my question to you is, why are you so apprehensive about buying a condo with a good reputation that has a good, reasonable maintenance fee that is not going to break your budget? Why wouldn't you consider it if you were planning to just get into the market? Now, it's not for everyone. right? A house is not for everyone. A condo is not for everyone. A townhouse is not for everyone. It's really not for everyone, but it is for someone. So think about it. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me.